Hello everyone. I've really enjoyed this locks project that I worked on for Module 2, so I decided to expand on it and add some new features because I'm actually doing a project that will use it. So, on Windows, and the previous demo showed it on Mac, and I've added some new features to it such that the old problem was when you would enter a password from the command line, for example. Let's say I want to add my AWS API key. Before, when you would say enter secret, you would type it in and it would echo it back to the terminal, and that wasn't a very good idea. So now I can enter in values, and you see it is not echoing back to the terminal now. So it added it in and actually worked on Windows, and then I can get it right back, which is really nice, given that the biggest problem with entering keys is that they're typically on the screen or in some history somewhere, and that's not good. So you see I'm getting it in and out, but to show you that I didn't just blow smoke and write it to a config file, we'll go look at the credential manager as soon as my screen works, and I'll show you that it's in there. So if I go look at, there's the AWS API key. Now, one of the biggest problems with previous versions of the credential manager is that you used to be able to go in here and see this in plain text. And what I have done is I'm taking advantage of Windows has crypt protect data, which is a command that encrypts whatever you put in there according to the currently logged in user. So this would work even in Windows Server 2008 or 2012 if you had to go back that far, and they wouldn't be able to see what this value is. Now I'm currently running a Windows 10 enterprise evaluation system, so in Windows 10 they have fixed this so that they never show you what the password is, at least here. So anyway, if I were to change this or delete it, it would show up, but either way they wouldn't be able to actually see what the value is. So to also show you that I didn't just put one there previously, one of the other projects that I frequently do work for requires SSH, right? So I need an SSH key, and I'm not reading it from a file because I'm on Windows, but let's just say I type in some garbage, and then I'll get it right back out to make sure I can read it. You see it's just whatever I typed, and now in the credential manager I have to refresh it, and you can see there it is. So if I wanted to, I could have in the set I could read from my SSH key file and put that in there, and then whenever I go to use SSH, I could pull out the key and temporarily in memory and use it that way, and then it would be in the vault versus just on disk. And I could also, on top of that, do the password encryption that it normally does. And then to prove that I can actually delete things out of there when I'm done with that SSH key, it worked. So now I'll go, and this is what should be gone once it's refreshed, and there it is. And when I'm done with my AWS API key, I can delete that one, and there it is. So there's locks for Windows, and I'm actually going to be using this for a real project, which will be cool and allow me to precede some servers with some encryption keys that can be used by some C# code and SQL Server. And that's all I have for now.